Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introducing, my name is Muhammad AQIL MUSAFAR from Alauddin University Makassar, majoring in English education. Here I will bring the subject Introduction to Linguistics. The discussion that I will explain at the first, the difference between language, linguists, and linguistics. The second, what is communication? The third, the four types of knowledge of the abstract ideas in written form. The fourth, origin theory, the origin of language. The five, what is phonetics? The six, what is phonology? The seven, what is morphology? The eight, what is syntax? The nine, what is semantics? And the last, structural analysis, sentence syntax. First, I will read the basic theory and role in ELT. In the book Linguistic, Basic Theory and Rules in English Language, English, is explain the relationship between language and linguistic is the elements of the language system, the branch of linguistic. As for the question is, I will answer. First, what is the difference between language, and linguistic? And what is the relationship between them? Language is a human communication tool that includes words or sentences that are expressed orally or in writing, while a linguist is someone who study linguistic or master several languages. While linguistic is the study of language, and the relationship between them is both study language. The second, what is communication and how many communication systems? Communication is an activity that conveys information, be it message, idea, and from one party to another, which is carried out directly or indirectly. Humans have two communication systems, namely direct communication and indirect communication. Direct communication is talking in person or face to face and can be done by doing it over the phone, while indirect communication is communication made through intermediaries, usually the sender of the message conveys his message by letter or fax. The third, as someone wants to communicate her abstract idea in written form, how many type of knowledge does need to ask? When someone wants to communicate their abstract idea, he must have four knowledge. The first, knowledge of the content information. When a person wants to read an abstract idea, he must have a basic knowledge of the topic he is going to write about. The second, knowledge of linguistic. When someone wants to convey his abstract through writing, he must understand linguistic so that there are no errors in the preparation of sentence. The third, knowledge of organization. Knowledge of organization is knowledge which refers to making sentence and paragraph easy to read to follow. The fourth, knowledge of style. Knowledge of style is knowledge that refers to ability to arrange paragraph in a good text structure. Therefore, what do I know about the theory of the origin of language? Since we have language, did humans create language, or is language an ability that is aside since the first humans? Theories of the origin of language are general, based more on hands. The origin of language is like a chicken and egg puzzle that always invites various speculative and theories. Humans are naturally questioning creatures, and the instinct to seek answer to this seeming impossible question is remarkable harm to try. Kamsky estimates that language first appeared in Africa. The 5. What is phonetics? Phonetic is a branch of linguistics that study the sound of language without its function and different of meaning, starting from how sound is produced, how sound is propagates in the air to how sound is received by the human hearing organ. For example, the process of pronouncing vowels A, E, U, consonant B, P, G, V. The 6. What is phonology? Phonology is to determine the function of the sound, in this the meaning of words. Phonology has two scopes, namely the scope of the broad sense and the narrow meaning. In a broad sense, phonology study the sound of language, either general sound or differentiating meanings. The 7. What is morphology? Morphology is a field of linguistics that study the arrangement or form of words. In morphology, the relationship between the elements that make up word study and the small element that make up words are morphemes. The 8. What is syntax? Syntax is the science of linguistics that study that rules that determine how words from the past and pass from the sense. To form a valid sentence in our language, we use the structure subject plus verb plus noun. By using this structure, we can form sentence. The 9. What is semantics? Semantics is the study of the meaning of very broad field of study, because it also touches on aspect of the structure and function of language, so that it can be linked to the psychology, philosophy, and anthropology. And the last, syntax, sentence structure analysis. The teacher teach student on Tuesday, teacher as subject, teaching as predicate, student as object, Tuesday as a verb. Of time in the sentence that has subject, predicate, object, and time with an active sentence. From in one clause, the clause is classified as an active verbal clause. My sister can sing English songs sweetly. In the sentence that has a subject, predicate, object, and complement with active sentence. From in one clause, the clause is classified as active verbal clause, which indicates that sentence is a single sentence. The 3rd, a man bought my old car yesterday. A man as subject, buying as predicate, a car as object, yesterday as an adverb. Of the time in the sentence, it has subject, predicate, object, and time with active sentence from in clause. Therefore, The dog is kissing the fat cat continuously. In the sentence, that has a subject, predicate, object, and complement. With active sentence forms in one clause, the clause is classified as an active verbal clause, which indicates that sentence is a single sentence. The first conclusion is that linguistics is the study of language, and humans have two communication systems, namely direct communication and indirect communication. Thanks to Dr. Andi Karudin, SIPM, Ham, and I would also like to thank my friends who have helped. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.